Hello everyone, this is Sherry from Sherry's Decor and More, and today I'm going to teach you how to make your own trivet using a simple piece of wood, some paint, some antique wax. These makes awesome gifts, and Christmas will be here before you know it, so learn this and gift away. What I'm starting with right now is just a piece of wood. This is an 8x8. You can get any wood you would like. You can buy already cut and sanded piece of wood from your Hobby Lobbies, Michael's, Dollar Tree and More. Or if you have scrap wood laying around, which is my case, just cut the size you want and design it. I'm going to start off by painting this with a white chalk paint. This is my favorite brand of white chalk paint, the Home Decor Folk Art. You can get it at most craft stores. And you really only need one coat when you're using chalk paint because it does have a fairly thick covering, which is why a lot of people like to use that. So while you have your paint out, if you're going to put little legs on the bottom of your trivets, you know, just to give airspace between the wood and the countertop, if you happen to set a hot pan or something on it, you could paint your little legs. In this instance, I'm using these half wood beads. You can buy these from any craft place or Amazon. Just hitting them a little bit. Me personally, I don't care if they're fully painted, if there's brown showing through. That's just a fun age look to me, so that doesn't bother me. For your design, you do it as you see. Now I have a craft dryer. These are super great. You can buy these anywhere as well, any craft store, Amazon. They dry your project really, really fast so that you can continue your work. I have my trivet base dried. I'm going to do a couple of different materials to show you different ways you can design this. The first material I'm going to use is a napkin, and I'm going to Mod Podge it on. Napkins can come 2 or 3 ply. You have to take all plies off the back of your napkin until you're down to just the front design. Just to get that ply off, if you wet the corner of your napkin, then you can lift it right off. Much easier. Here we go. So this one was a 2-ply. On the back of your napkins or your single napkin, if you order a single napkin, it'll tell you if it's 1-ply or 2-ply. This particular design is a beach design, and I did get it from Vippies.com. Vippy, V-I-P-P-I. I'll be glad to drop the link below the video for you. They sell a variety of seasons and single napkins, which is much more affordable than trying to buy a pack of 20. I'm going to use a regular matte Mod Podge for this design. People tend to get real frustrated when they're doing Mod Podge because they always tear their napkin and they won't finish up what they're doing because of that. I always tell people the key to Mod Podging is a thin layer of Mod Podge when you're using napkin or tissue paper, because that is a very thin paper and you can rip it very easily if you do not do a thin layer, because you're just over soaking the material of it, and that just is going to cause chaos for you. So a thin layer, go over it and over it and over it to make sure you have it all brushed down to a very thin layer. Also, when you're decoupaging with napkins, it is normally best to have your surface under your napkin a white color. That way the design of the napkin comes out better in your ending product than if you used a dark surface. Your napkin's not going to show up as brilliant as it would with a white surface behind it. Then all you have to do is line up your napkin where you want it at. I'll put mine right here. Don't try to continuously lift it once it's down there, because then you're going to run into tearing your napkin. That's what's going to happen. Lay it out flat. You're going to have wrinkles when you lay it out flat, okay? It's going to happen. It's just what it is. What you need to know is how to spread that out well after you have laid it down. You can use a piece of paper like this, clear cellophane paper. It's the best thing to use to do your smoothing of the napkin, because it won't stick to the Mod Podge, and it also won't tear your napkin. So you just go over your napkin lightly, and also in a lot of designs, it's okay if you have a few wrinkles, because that just makes it look more vintagey, and people leave wrinkles in their designs all the time. It's a good example for this one because of the design that it is. You can leave wrinkles in this and it just looks like part of the napkin, like how it's meant to be, how the napkin was designed. Anyway, rub it. A little white piece of wood showing right there, so I'm just going to take a piece of this side of this napkin and stick it right to it, and once this is set, you will never know that patchwork is done. That's the great thing about handling Mod Podge. You can fix it. Okay. So rub it, rub it, rub it. Get all your wrinkles out. If you're that person that has to have all your wrinkles out, then rub it until you're satisfied. But please make sure that you don't use your fingers to rub, because you will end up getting that glue residue on your hand and you will rip your design. It's just what's going to happen. Afterwards, I usually let mine set and dry, but for purposes of this video, I'm going to go ahead and sand the excess off. If you just get a piece of sandpaper and go in a downward motion like this, it will take all the excess napkin off of your design. Don't ever go upwards, because you're going to lift your design as it hasn't dried yet, and then your design is going to be messed up when you lift it. It'll end up ripping it if it's a napkin. Material, rice paper, craft paper, more forgiving than napkins. Napkins, you can mess your design up if you're not watching what you're doing. So, just like that, we have all smooth edges, no lingering napkins down the sides. If you would like to have the sides of this look more aged, you can use an antique wax. This is one of my favorite brands to use. I got this off of Amazon. I'm sure they probably sell it at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, you know, all of the places. I'm going to use that 1 and 2 ply white napkin that I tore off the back of this napkin. I'm going to just dab my wax and go down the side here, just to make it look grungy. And you don't have to do this at all. You can leave it white, completely white down the side if you want to. It's fine. It's your design. Do it how it's eye-pleasing to you. Now I'm going to turn this upside down. I am going to put my paint on the back of this because it's not a finished product if you have not finished the back. You should always remember that. If you craft for a living, don't craft this and sell it to people and then you have a plain wood back to it, because that doesn't look very professional, nor does it look completed. Just my opinion again. I'm going to dry this. And then I have my hot glue gun ready. I'm just gonna hot glue those little half beads on here for some little tiny legs on the back of it. That just gives it a tiny 4 legs on trivet. Almost done. You need to let this dry very well, and then maybe the next day when you think it's dried well enough, and it will be dry the next day, put you a coat of sealant on it. If you think that you would ever use this for actual trivet, then make sure that you do a sealant that can take high heat to it to finish your product off. And if you think you would use this to actually set food on, make sure that you get an FDA approved food safe sealant. I would also highly recommend when you do your legs, don't do just one leg in the center, because if you put something hot on here, heavy and uneven on the surface, you could tip this board like this and then you're going to have a hot mess literally on your hands. I would always recommend 4 legs for this design. I will show you, in the interest of time, I already painted this board right here. Then I'm going to show you another design that's quick and easy to put on here. These are called press-on transfers. I know that Michael's sells these. These are not like stickers like kids play with. No, these are designed much better than that. I bought mine on Amazon. I'll be glad to drop the link below. But this is the brand from Amazon that I purchased. They come with, this particular one, 3 different packs of hydrangea designs. So for this trivet here, I'm going to put I just want to put one big hydrangea right in the center of it. Now, okay, these designs always come with this applicator stick. I'm going to put this in the center of this trivet. Press it down. Take your time when you're using this tip and you just rub hard over the design. Just rub it really good and then just peel it off slowly when you're ready to peel it off, because you don't want to jerk it off, because if you didn't rub a spot good and it's still sticking, you'll rip your design all the way up it. So just start pulling it off lightly. Some people tape these down so they won't have movement as they do it. I do not. I just take my time and do it the correct way. That way I don't have to worry about it. But it's that fast. These are amazing rub-ons. They literally feel like they're part of the wood. And you can seal these the same way you would do any type of sealant that you do for Mod Podge or painting or anything of that sort. So there's another quick way to do that, and it's a beautiful design. That is all I have for today. I will add the links to the back of this, but we did these two designs, and it was very simple, and you can do it. Thank you for joining me. If you have not hit the follow button on my YouTube page, please do so before leaving, and have a great day. Bye.